Hi, this is Healing Homies, and this reading is an intuitive reading for the full moon in Leo, and the intention that is wanting to come through today is healing for the brotherhood, and that could be in relation to your masculine energy, so you don't have to be male presenting to resonate to this reading. However, this could also be in regards to masculine energies around you or in your field. However, it could just be that you're a brother and that's why you're here. So welcome, whoever is here, you are welcome, and I hope you find some healing in this message. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Okay, so how is the brotherhood, Spirit? What do we need to know? (14) Judgment. Soul searching will bring inner peace to many areas of your life. Ooh, that's feeling a little bit hot. And I'm feeling a little bit hot, like I'm being misunderstood, you know, like my words are being twisted. I'm not getting the point I wanted to make across, and now the story or the novel has like run away and I'm looking for it and I'm like, how did we get here? Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so right now for the brotherhood, judgment, it is meant to be a tool of discernment, of security, of safety. However, at the moment this is boiling the brotherhood's blood, is judgment coming for them, whether that be coming from an aspect of yourself or an aspect outside of yourself. However, if you're letting the judgment get into your field and it's coming from outside yourself, that's also an issue, that you're allowing the judgment in. So we're kind of looking at being a little bit more protective of ourselves, and maybe I just feel the need to really say you deserve to be heard and you deserve to be able to speak what you need to be spoken, no matter how many times or tries that takes you, whether that's times and tries with trying to be heard by another person, or times and trials of trying to be heard by yourself. Even like if you're trying to understand yourself and then you can't be emotionally vulnerable with just you because the judgment comes in, that's an issue moving forward. You don't want to be wasting your energy on that. So with judgment coming through, is there any other challenges for the brotherhood here? Sadness. 31 thorns. Weathering the challenges ahead will bring a new and positive future. You have the strength. You have fought through thorns before and you can tear through them again. However, don't stay in there. Do you see there's sunset here and you just need to push through? You need to be a bit brave, be a bit honest about how you're really feeling. Sorry, this felt a little bit attacky, but I'm not. The thorns are what is attacky, right? Sitting in this thorn field and feeling all this misunderstoodness and judgment, and just not being able to be held in a safe space to be heard about how you're feeling about things or how you see the world even. Don't stay sitting in it because you don't want any more thorns coming for you. You still deserve to get yourself to that sunset, sunrise, whatever it is, the sun, out of the thorns into the sun. And look at how do you weather the challenges? How do you respond to negativity? How do you respond to judgment? Do you try to, do you dismiss it, but it actually hurts? And you need to acknowledge that, even if it's not necessarily like, hey bro, you hurt my feelings or whatever, but it's like, hey bro, that hurt my own feelings and I'm gonna hear that and I'm not gonna do that to myself again. It feels like a little bit like punishing yourself for trying to open up to someone, like you opened up to someone, they weren't in the space to receive it at the time, and then you blamed yourself for that. And so there's a bit of forgiveness maybe coming in so that you can start trusting yourself to be able to talk through these emotions or these judgments that are bothering you. Yeah. I feel like it's causing anxiety, whether that's known or unknown. Is just like, you want to be represented as who you are, which is like the golden sun, not these thorny thorns or these thoughts or judgments you may have had at one point in your life and someone's still holding it over your head. Clear it away. Clear it away. We want to let it all go. Even if other people aren't letting go of the old story, you are ready to let go of your old story. Okay, third card. Cuties, got some love coming your way, brotherhood. Love surrounds all your connections. Move forward positively in all areas of your life. I feel the need to say that even if there are people out there being or feeling misunderstood by an aspect of themselves or other people, there is love, okay? And just because people aren't in the space to receive what we're saying at the time doesn't mean they won't be later, or they won't hear you out when you say, hey man, I really came to you to try to dissect this situation, and I just felt like you kind of laughed at me. So can we put it all back to that, or is this just not a safe space for me to have that type of talk? And it's all good if it's not. Then that's the social area where you go to have fun, or you go to be playful, or you go to let your hair out or be a bit immature for a while. But you are needing a place for this to be able to come out safely, to receive this, especially from self. Okay, interesting. What medicine, animal medicine, is the brotherhood needing at this time, please, Spirit? With these thorny thorns and the judgment and love, how do we bring it in? How do we cultivate that for healing so that we can have closer, more loving relationships? Okay, first out, we got raccoon, 46, generous protector. Interesting. It's like, oh, okay. I think if we look at kind of like a masculine spiritual energy as kind of like the shadow hunter, and then the feminine energy is what's able to help heal or move that shadow into the light, I would say that generous protector coming through is that as a young person, your masculine energy saw the wound judgment has on all of us, on our world, on our family, on our loved ones, and you decided judgment, like as a child you can see words are words, it's like, well, whatever. Didn't seem like a big deal to you at the time, so you thought, I'll take on everything. I'll set myself up to be judged so that I am generously protecting those around me. If that resonates, then it is time, my darling, generous protector, to start looking at generously protecting yourself and understanding that moving forward from this point, that is how you generously protect your tribe or your people or your partner or your whoever. But you're the most important. If we look after you, then that love can trickle down, right? And we're not going to be teaching our sons or our daughters to hold judgment. We're going to teach them to say, get rid of that shit. Not the vibes, because it ain't, is it? It's not the vibes. Get out of here, you flies. Okay, next animal out, we have number 5 with bear. So this medicine is a medicine of introspection, and what I mean by introspection is the ability to be able to tell and read your own emotional world internally. And that might sound a bit or maybe you've already know how to do that, but what's important is that you take some time away from these thorns to hibernate on the issue, to take your time to rest and make sure that you're looking after your own wounds and not asking other people to lick them, because yeah, other people can lick our wounds and we'll feel a little bit better, but like our wounds need our saliva. And obviously I don't mean that literally, but that's just the metaphor that's wanting to come through for this message. Think of it as like introspection. That's your freaking birthright, man. That is your birthright, to have this body and to know what it's feeling and to know what it's needing on an emotional level, on a spiritual level, on a physical, on a mental well-being level, whatever, you know, Te Wharetapa wall is not feeling like it's standing up straight. We got to look at that wall. So that might be your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, or family. Or your family. Yeah, family, big one. Feeling like you belong. And if you're not feeling understood, you're not going to feel like you belong. And that doesn't mean that you don't belong. You do. There's love here for you, right? There is love here for you. Take it. Receive it. But yeah, look into introspection, and that could be meditating, that could be going to the gym, whatever meditation feels like, where you feel most relaxed and more at peace within yourself, and you can kind of just focus on you, because it's supposed to be, I believe, like a sense. Introspection is supposed to be a sense like we have hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, touching. We're supposed to be able to feel internally what the hell's going on. So it's time to do that. This is your message, to start doing that. To feel when judgments come in, to feel if it's coming from within or external, and then banishing it or cleansing it, or sitting with it and dissecting it. Okay, third animal is the crow. That's the crow looking at its shadow, isn't it? It's no time. I wanted to say it's time to stop running from your shadow, but I feel like there's quite a lot where it's time to stop, like getting up in the morning and putting your shadow cloak on just out of habit, to tell the world to fuck off. I'm not being misunderstood today. I'm just going to hide. And there is a need to rest and hibernate, but don't hide anymore. We need you. We need you to be shining your sunshine and like learning from your journey and how you've received or given judgment and how that's impacted your life. Okay, we're going to move into the tarot now. This will just help us to break down the message a little bit more, give us a little bit more specifics for individuals that are watching or receiving this message. And yeah, any confirmations people may need, Spirit. For the brotherhood. There's lots of transformation energy out there at the moment too. Transformation station. Okay, on Judgment and Raccoon, Spirit, we have yeah, we have transformation. So number 13, transformation. That's you, babe. You're doing you're going through cycles, right? It's giving, you know, caterpillar to goo in the cocoon to butterfly. And this is a process, okay? Slow down every day. Be intentional about your inner landscape and what you're generously protecting. Are you generously protecting yourself by putting judgment on others? And that's something you're wanting to transform. That's very admirable if that is you. So yeah, transformation coming through. We then on Thorns and Bear have number 12 with sacrifice. This is also the Hanged Man. For those into tarot. What? Hang on. Damn, I feel really hungry. If you're not surrendering to your body cues, start figuring them out. If your body's been kind of going through the ringer, maybe we've been replacing some of this, love and connection that we're looking for with quick fixes through kai, not necessarily nutritious kai, but kai that'll get us through the moment and give us that buzz of comfort if we're not getting it where we're needing it. So there is a little bit of surrendering to your body cues and figuring out what your body's needing at the minute. And yeah, that coming under introspection is a little bit of change your perspective, or just see if you can expand it. See if you can expand outside of these thorns. Label the thorns, write them down, validate them to yourself, or turn on your camera and have a korero this way, but don't stay in them. Write down the thorns, and then write down, what does the sun represent? What would I feel like when I'm at the sun? When I'm feeling understood, how would that be? What would that look like? What do you need to feel understood? And then there's actually water in this card down here. So what would help wash away the thorns? Okay. There is a need to have time to yourself. But as I say, time to yourself, they want you to have intentional time with the ones you love. None of this staying out of your head because you feel like you're not going to get understood. Number 12. Yeah, they are asking you to surrender a bit of trust to the other side, and yeah, if you're feeling misunderstood in the physical world, see if you can find some connection with understanding in the spiritual world for why this may be happening for you, because only I could try to tell you, right, why this might be happening for you at the minute, but you know why. Okay, third card, patience and planning, number 7. It's the 2 pillars. It's time to start using your intuition as well as your physical laboring. It feels like maybe there is definitely a need to internalize how you feel about any injustices that have happened in your life, and injustices that took you away from love, injustices that destroyed love for you. And this could be where you may have needed to receive love from maybe an ex-partner or a family member. However, instead of receiving their love, they passed on their shadow. And you, coming in as the generous protector, spiritually, you are like, give me the shadow, I'll take it so that everything here can calm down, and I'll take all the thorns, and yeah, I'll feel prickly and shit. And then it's been 10, 20 years down the line, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling dis-ease internally. So now it's time, right? Do some mahi, get the treats. Patience and planning. 7 of Pentacles. It is, yeah, that's a slow, like watering the seeds, being that workman, doing that hard mahi, and doing it with integrity and planning and preparation, because that accurately reflects the result of your magic, as opposed to rushing and judging through whatever process you're trying to plan and then being like, ugh, make it another thorn, throw it away. No more, none of that. Okay, we'll clarify one more time. What else do they need to know, please, Spirit? That card. Ooh, go down. One more, please. Oh, okay, 3 more then. Okay, first card out, we have Trapped in Fear, 8 of Swords. So this is what's needing to be transformed, right? It's because there has been a time where you were younger, I feel, and you didn't have the options that you have now, as in like healing or being emotionally aware for yourself. You didn't have that. You didn't have that role model to you. So now it's time to kind of like move forward into that yellow light, because you're the one keeping you trapped now. Like dad and mum and all that, they're in different spaces. They can't necessarily heal what they may have harmed, even though they were doing the best with the tools that they had at the time, right? Doesn't mean we can't acknowledge the fuck ups. All right. So yeah, lots of anxiety. So remember, with your own anxious mind, to be kind. Like, be kind and be caring, and allow the anxiety to manifest and be released. Don't try to dismiss it or bury it. That won't give you any relief from the disease you're feeling. Oh, intuition. That's right. Bring it on. Bring through the wisdom that is within you and open doors for us all. Okay? No pressure. No. But open doors for yourself. Okay? I feel like, you know, the way I just said that, there is a bit of there is a big energy around just depending on this masculine energy, on this brotherhood to lead the way or show the way or make the way safe, or get rid of all the thorns and lead us to the water and the sunlight. However, it's kind of like, we need you to tap into you, because I think there's a bit of feminine energy around here being like, please help me do that. And then they're like, wait, do it this way, do it that way, do it that way. And then they're not receiving, and then you're not able to provide what you want to provide, if that makes sense. So yeah, it is a bit like, just keep reassuring yourself and reassuring those around you that you're sussing you out and you care about them. And when you have what you need to say and they have space to listen and receive, then this conversation can happen. I feel it's a very important conversation that needs to happen for you, for yours as well. They need you to speak up. They need to be able to hear you. They need to be able to understand you, because there's a little bit of a, like, the family flow's not flowing. All right, and then we've got choose wisely, 7 of Cups, crown chakra with 7, and this is on number 7, patience and planning. So 777 could be an angel number that supports you through this mahi. I'm not sure off the top of my head what that is. However, Google's there. Brother Google, or maybe you have someone significant with the number 7. Then we've got 3 of Swords, heartache and loss. So I feel like, yeah, that's that's kind of that point in time where you saw how the wound of judgment was affecting your loved ones and it hurt you, and you decided, I'd rather just see myself hurt and take on the heartache. And because of that, it seems very kind of like disguised the way you did that it maybe hasn't even been noticed. You know, like people get called the peacekeepers or the peacemakers of the family. Maybe that was you. But actually, in order to provide peace to others, you abandoned internal peace for yourself. Or you had to make that sacrifice at the time to survive the emotional, spiritual, energetic fields that you were brought up in. So, wow. I hope this helps, because I really do want this to help, because I'm a mama of a little boy. So part of my inspiration or the intention when it came through, I saw my son, and yeah, I want him to be able to learn how to do this. So let me know if anyone resonates to this message or has any intuitive, yummy brotherhood wisdom for us all. I am super willing to receive any wisdom on these topics. So in order to close our reading off tonight, we're going to pull a heart healing card, and I'm going to read this letter to your heart from the book, okay? So this is all for you. Please receive. What have we got for the brotherhood? Number 13, grieving heart. Open doors to something new. 13 coming in with that transformation energy too. It's like transforming the grief of what you lost or sacrificed into love for how you can make yourself be heard, or how you can hear yourself, or how you can bring love where you used to bring the self-sacrification. This is not a word, but let's just read the heart healing thing. Okay. Dear grieving heart, I know you feel disoriented and confused. Losing those we love and are close to is always difficult, and you may be experiencing fear, hurt, and apprehension about the future. Your sense of self may have diminished as you have had thoughts such as, I don't know who I am, and I no longer know what I love, what I care about, or what makes me sing. You might feel numb or anxious and not want to participate in everyday life. Dear heart, it is important that you give yourself time to mourn your loss and heal. You also must gain the wisdom that this difficult experience has brought you. Embracing the opportunity to become more independent, shrewd, and clear can feel uncomfortable, but it can offer you incredible growth and self-confidence. Take some time to reflect on what you have truly lost. Is it love, friendship, understanding, help, or care? Reflect on how this loss can open doors to something new. I knew yous were opening doors though. I knew it. All right. That is your reading. Thank you. Thank you. If you got to this point, thank you. See you next time.